Yo, what's up? What's happening? Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys and girls are enjoying yourselves today. Welcome again to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. Today, we're going to be bringing up kind of a famous topic. Is pre workout important? Do you actually need pre workout? If you do, why? If you don't, then why? We're going to be breaking down those questions or the answers to those questions today in the podcast. So, you know what I'm saying? Stick around. What's up? What's happening? Let me know how your day is going. We're going to be breaking it down. Okay. I'm going to answer this question for you once and for all, right? Based off of what I do, what my clients do, and like honestly, what I think is practical, most practical for the average gym goer that's honestly just trying to make the most out of their gym visits without actually having to break the bank when it comes to buying supplements all the time, things of that sort. All right, so if you don't already know, when you join, you are welcome to ask questions. You are welcome to drop comments as we go along the live stream recording. But when the podcast is recording, I won't actually be responding to anybody's questions or comments until the end of the live stream here, until the end of the podcast, which I'll let you know, and then we'll dive into the questions here. But without wasting much time, we're gonna get right into the meat and potatoes. All right. All right, what do you see here? TikTok, I see you there. Instagram, what's up? Facebook, what's good? YouTube, what the fuck is happening? All right, so let's do this without wasting any time. In three, two, and one. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your host, IFBB Bro Matt Butale, coming at you today with another topic. And today we'll be talking about the importance of pre-workout. Do you actually need it? Do you not need it? Why if you do? Why if you don't? Everything in between. All right, so we're going to be breaking it down when it comes to pre-workout in today's episode. But before we dive in, I want to let you know that you are welcome to join the Meathead Monsters Club. It's a free Facebook community where you get the opportunity to meet other meatheads like yourself and have some meaningful discourse online. All right. Also, don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast out to your IG story. It really would go a long way. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, if you have any questions or you'd like to see me go talk about this live and direct and ask me questions as I record the podcast, you can search for me on Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, Matt Batale, as well as YouTube. If you want to see these recordings or if you want to get the opportunity to hop on, all right, and have some meaningful discourse with me as I record these podcasts. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's dive into the meat and potatoes. Cool. All right, so today we're going to be breaking down the importance of pre-workout. Do you need it? Do you not need it? Why if you do? Why if you don't? Okay, so this is going to be for you whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced gym goer. You probably likely heard about or have taken pre-workout. All right, it's said to boost your energy and performance while in the gym, depending on what kind of pre-workout you use, honestly. And this can be true for most people. Okay, but is it necessary? Is it the best way to boost your energy and performance in the gym? Personally, if you're asking me off the cuff, 100% fucking honest, no. I say no. It's not truly necessary. It's not the best way to boost your energy in your performance in the gym. That's just my opinion, though. Okay, and other people may have opinions that vary, and that's cool. But I'm going to explain to you why I think it isn't. Okay, but in order to fully understand this, we must look at some of the ingredients that make a good pre-workout. And no, I'm not going to like dive too deep into this and like fucking make this like a chemistry or bio course and just talk to you about how pre-workout affects you depending on what brand or what ingredients. No, we're not going to be doing that today, but we're going to be looking at the main component as to what makes pre-workout, or at least what makes people buy the pre-workout. Okay, and let's get into it. All right, so you're going to learn something today you might have not known, or if you hear something that you already know about, this might change or influence your opinion on it. All right, so again, just keep your minds open. I'm not here to tell you this is the right way to do things and this is the wrong way to do things. I'm telling you what works for me, what works for my clients, and what I think is worthwhile for any beginner or average, or intermediate gym goer. All right. So for starters, let's break it down. Not all pre-workouts are equal. Okay. We'll just break it down into two similar types, or not similar, two of the most common types of pre-workout. You've got your high stem and you've got your low stem, okay, or no stem pre-workout. Okay. So the main difference between high stem and non-stem or low stem pre-workout is mainly the caffeine content. Okay. Because the stimulant that's going to be added to these pre-workouts to make them effective in the first place mainly is caffeine. All right. So in pre-workouts that have high stem, they typically have a higher concentration of caffeine. And low to no stem, you guessed it, have low or no caffeine in them. All right. And the reason why people do this is because again, sometimes caffeine can interrupt with their workout. if you've ever felt the jitters, if you've ever felt the tingling, the itchiness under the skin, um, the rapid heartbeat due to consuming extremely high amounts of caffeine per serving, which these pre-workouts can do, mainly the high stim ones. They notice, well, I don't like these feelings, I don't like the nausea, I don't like the discomfort in my stomach or the itchy skin feeling, so I don't want to use a pre-workout that has caffeine in it, or caffeine as a base, or a lot of caffeine, or lots of stimulants, right? Which is why they created another option for these people, so they can have caffeine, or not caffeine, they can have a pre-workout without caffeine, right, and still get the benefits from pre-workout, aside from the main direct dramatic energy boost that caffeine delivers, which is, I'll be honest with you guys and girls, most of the reason why people buy a pre-workout in the first place is for the fucking caffeine. Okay, so again, low to no stim options are available for people that don't really want the caffeine tingly feeling, or you just don't want to have caffeine in general. All right, and that's why they exist, right? But high stim pre-workouts, they sometimes cause stomach discomfort, stomach disease, nausea, hence the reason why some people opt for non-stim, just to like get rid of that feeling, that nauseating feeling, the itchy skin feeling, things of that sort. And this if you've ever had too much C4 pre-workout, right? I used to use C4 back in the day, and it was really, really, really concentrated with caffeine, and it would always make my skin fucking itch, and it would always make me skip a beat with my heart, and it was just like too much caffeine, and something that I noticed. But again, when I was taking pre-workouts, I did prefer the high stem, because again, I'm taking it pre-workout. I want it to actually have an effect, right? So that was the intention. Okay. And if that's your intention, stick around, listen, and I'm going to tell you why you should change the way your mind goes with that one there. You shouldn't actually be relying on pre-workout. Okay. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about two of the main ingredients, not the main ingredients, but two ingredients that keep people around pre-workout. Number one, we already know it's caffeine, and the second thing is taurine. And this one, taurine, I believe most people don't really understand what it does, or like its effect, right? And they just sort of go off of what they're hearing, that it's similar to caffeine. All right, many people do think taurine is similar to caffeine, but it isn't. They're two different things. Caffeine boosts energy, while taurine is more of like an amino acid that works in the background of the muscle and muscle growth and nerve health. Like, it's in the background, it's an amino acid, right? It does the muscle building stuff, the nerve building stuff. All right. So caffeine boosts energy, while taurine is an amino acid that works essentially in the background. It's a building block. Okay. Caffeine is likely the main ingredient that you're taking your pre workout, since its effects are quite dramatic and direct. Like, you can take pre workout with caffeine, and the caffeine hits you, and then you say, oh, fuck, it's time to work out. Hence why you see all those memes of people taking pre workout too early, and they're stuck in traffic, and they're like giddy out of their mind. They're fucking cracked out like a crackhead. And it's because of the feeling of pre workout, the caffeine, right? That energy boost, that dramatic rush of, like, you know what I mean? And if you've taken high stim pre workouts in the past, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? So taurine, let's get it different. Taurine is not a stimulant like caffeine is. Okay, taurine is an amino acid. It's a building block. It's still important. It's still great, but you're not going to take taurine and get hyped up like you would if you were to take the similar amount in terms of milligrams of caffeine. It's just not going to happen. It's not the way. Okay. Also, if you have a low caffeine tolerance, you might experience discomfort with regular doses of pre-workout. Hence why non-stim is available for you. And essentially, non-stim pre-workouts don't hit you the same way stimulated pre-workouts hit you, because it's mainly a concoction of BCAAs. It's not actually, caffeine. Again, as I said, most people buy pre-workout for caffeine, and they don't even know it. It's the energy boost, that dramatic fucking boost in energy that caffeine provides, which you're hooked to, which is why you buy pre-workout in the first place. It's caffeine, and caffeine's addicting. It's the same reason why people buy coffees all the time. Okay, so I want to also let you know, essential amino acids and branched chain amino acids, EAAs and BCAAs, help essentially the muscle and production, they help muscle production, they help muscle recovery, but they don't give you a dramatic like energy boost when lifting. Like, they don't give you that hype that caffeine will give you, right? They're essential for building muscle, right? So they are valuable. All the other compounds in the matrix of a pre-workout, they are valuable, but that's not why you are taking the pre-workout. You are buying the pre-workout. You are taking the pre-workout because you want that instant boost in energy, that dramatic performance boost that's going to help you crush your fucking workout. Okay, so long story short, if you're asking me, pre-workouts are in a way a waste of money, because I mean, let's look at it. If you're buying pre-workout, but you don't want the stimulants in it, the caffeine, and you buy non-stim, you're pretty much buying EAAs or BCAAs, which you could buy separately anyway. So there would be no need for a pre-workout in that sense. And even if you wanted the caffeine in your pre-workout, is it really necessary to have caffeine through a pre-workout? No. Why? Because there are many other ways to consume it. And I'm not even talking about coffee. Okay. Like, don't get me wrong. I still carry pre-workout in my supplement cabinet, but I use it sparingly. And when I use it, I never actually use it for the gym. I actually use it when I come back from the gym to replace coffee. Okay. And that's simply because I prefer it. I choose to do that. You could still have coffee. You could do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I choose to replace coffee with pre workout for the caffeine boost and also to help me get my water intake down by flavoring the water. For me, I usually dilute one serving, okay, of pre workout per every liter, right? And I'll sip on that liter as I'm working because I always drink water in like liter intervals. I've got my jug here. If you're watching this live, you can see it. It's empty. I finished it before the live. But I would essentially fill it up, the 1 liter jug, put one serving of pre-workout in there, and sip it throughout the day after my workout. You know, especially if I've killed my workout in the morning, so I keep my energy levels high without actually having to consume coffee. And at the same time, I'm getting my total amount of water intake increased by drinking a liter of water. Does that make sense? So I use it in a way where, again, it's like as if you were to use a Monster or a Red Bull or something like that, right? Again, it makes no sense to buy pre workout if you want a stimulant. Long story short, it becomes too expensive. The best solution I can offer you guys and girls is to go to a local pharmacy or Walmart and buy I think they have it in 200 milligram concentrations of caffeine tablets. You can buy them over the counter. They're faster to ingest, way cheaper to purchase. Like talking 5.99 here for 100 tabs versus like 40 or 50 bucks for 30 servings of pre-workout. You can do the fucking math. It's pretty simple. It makes more sense to buy the caffeine tabs, which are more concentrated. You get more servings out of them, and they're way fucking cheaper. Okay. And more versatile. You can use that as a pre-workout instead of buying this fancy pre-workout brand and like running through it every single fucking week or a week and a half or whatever, because you only get 30 servings. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It's just not practical. And if you are buying pre-workout that has stimulants in it, mainly caffeine, you're basically buying it for the caffeine. So just buy caffeine itself, and it's so much cheaper, right? And then use that as a pre-workout, the caffeine tablets, instead of buying your pre-workout and only having so many servings, wasting so much fucking money. It's not worth it, right? Like, this is coming from a pro. This is coming from someone who's been taking pre-workout for years. It's not worth it. It's not that pre-workout is garbage. It's just that you're going to get your money's worth if you decide to just get caffeine isolated over the counter and use that, since that's the main ingredient that you're even buying your pre-workout for in the first place. And then if we're talking about the other ingredients in the matrix, like taurine, isovaline, all those other BCAs and things of that sort, cool. You can buy them as EEAs or EAAs, okay, separate, isolated, and you can supplement with them too. Okay, you can create your own concoction. You don't need to buy this pre-made matrix of caffeine and other essential amino acids to have a complete pre-workout. You can buy caffeine on over the counter in tabs, 200 milligrams. All right, and you can use that. You can use that, and you can use EAAs separately, and you would save a whole lot more money. It's, again, it's not even about the effectiveness really at this point, because the caffeine in pre-workout and the caffeine that you're going to be buying from over the counter is the same caffeine. The EAAs you're going to get in the pre-workout and the EAAs you're going to get when you buy them isolated over the counter or just at a supplement shop, they're the same EAAs, the same amino acids. But the amount of money that you spend for both of them and the amount of servings you get from both of them when you apply the method that I apply, you get a whole lot more out of it for a whole lot less. All right. So I hope this helps you. I hope you're able to save some money with this. You don't actually need a pre workout. You can save a whole fucking bunch of money. Buy caffeine tabs or pills or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and buy EAAs separately. And it'll take you way further, way further. And again, this is mainly for people that are buying pre workout for the stem. Just buy the caffeine tablet. Save yourself the money, save yourself the time, All right, that's one hack for me to you. That's something that I do. And when I learned it, I was like, why the fuck didn't I know this earlier? Because I would have saved so much money, instead of buying all that pre-workout. And again, guys and girls, I do keep pre-workout in my cabinet, but I use it the way you guys and girls would use like a Monster or a Red Bull. Okay, I just choose not to buy or drink Monster or Red Bull. I would much rather just use pre-workout sparingly for the taste, and of course for the caffeine content, and of course to, as I mentioned earlier on, help boost my water intake throughout the day because I drink about 4 to 5 liters a day consistently. Okay, and that 1 extra liter from pre-workout makes it a little bit easier because I mean water is pretty bland, it tastes like nothing, and I don't have anything against it, but sometimes I like to switch it up, give myself a little bit of an energy boost without caffeine, and make the water taste a little bit better by adding some flavor into it. All right, so that's honestly why or how I would even use pre-workout. But if I'm going to the gym and I want to fucking crush it, using caffeine tablets straight up. All right. So that's what's up. All right. So now it's time for you guys and girls to take action. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Also, if you want to lose 25 pounds and become a part of the Natural Nomad Academy, feel free to DM me and I'll see if it'll be a good fit. I will not be monetizing this podcast with ads because I respect your time. Again, don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast to your IG stories to show support. It would really go a long way for me. All right, guys and girls, it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Let's embrace your inner meathead together. All right. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. Natural IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. All right, folks. Podcast is recorded. So I'm going to be reading some of the comments here I got on Instagram. Let's see what the fuck is up. Oh, on TikTok, we got some stuff here too. Dope. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Did I even? Oh, there we go. I didn't even pin it. Wow, weird. Anyway, so let's see what we got here. Homies, what's up? Says, oh, interesting way of using pre-workout throughout the day. Yeah, man. Instead of coffee or Monster or Red Bull, I would like dilute it in 1 liter jug, sip on it throughout the day. It gives me the energy. I get a little bit of flavor out of the water. It helps me get my water intake in. So you can't beat it, right? It's not to say that pre-workout is 100% useless. Like that's the only fucking thing I find it useful for, honestly, now to replace coffee, to replace Monsters and Red Bulls. Um, but no, not actually before the gym. I don't actually take it before the gym. I'd rather just take the caffeine tab and then fucking go on about that. It hits me quicker too. But yeah, man. V says, "Wow, this is great. Thank you, Matt. You're most welcome. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in." Dre, what the fuck is up? What's happening? Hey, Derek, what's good? All right, I see you people. I see you. You know what's up. Homie says it's just me. I recently hopped on Ligma, feeling a bit sick. What could it be? I'm not sure. I would say that if you started doing something and you feel sick or bad doing it, stop doing it. That's the first thing I would say. That's the first thing I would say. All right. You know what it is, people. That's it. That's all. I'll be back again tomorrow for another live stream or podcast recording, whatever the fuck you want to call it. After I answer this final question here on Instagram. Then we're gonna dive out. So what do we got here? Is how close are you to the washroom when you take your pre-workout? That's actually a good question. That's advanced as fuck, bro. You wouldn't know until you know. That question you asked right there. There's a few people that just couldn't make it in time. But dude, pre-workout. So because I'm at home, and as I said, I only take the pre-workout essentially as a like a coffee replacement, Monster or Red Bull replacement, just like for a spike of energy if I'm going to be at the computer for hours after I hit the gym and shit like that, and have eaten my meals. I'm pretty much like I work here, then the washroom's like behind me. So, but that's a funny one. Not a lot of people are going to understand that one, but that one's actually fucking funny. Made me laugh, bro. But yeah, that's it. That's all. If there are any questions, ask them. I'm going to hang around for like another 2 minutes. If there are no questions, just let me know, and I'm going to dip out because I got some back, shoulders, and all that shit today. I'm going to crush it. We are going to crush it today, man. All right. No questions. Yeah, man. You know what's happening. Fuck yeah, bro. Peace. All right, yo. You know what it is. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. We are out. Boom.